Okay, this is video following of the credit video because I didn't want to bound you to 15-20 minute video, and so psychologically there's a something that start happening there. It's better to watch two videos of 10 minutes than to watch one video of 20 minutes. um, there's a little psychological game in there. Can start getting into boredom, and so I wanted to get into the second video so you can maybe rest from the first video and then engage the second video, uh, and then continue. So I was talking about why do you really need credit? Okay, so everybody wants a good credit score, and obviously it's good because it gives you the ability to buy things, to finance things at a good interest rate, right? But in America, over time, the credit and the credit card and applying for things has become just people have rushed to get a good credit score just because they think they're gonna apply for this five credit cards and get approved all of them. They're gonna go apply for these five store cards and five different store cards. Yay, I got approved for all five of them. I'm just gonna rack them, max all of them, and then go apply for another one because I have a good credit. The reason why you need to build good history and then have a good credit score, it's because ultimately in your life the biggest expense that you're going to have are going to be a house, a car, and if you have another expensive purchase. I'm just talking about regular. Other people have other people have planes on their account, yachts on their account. I mean, we're talking about large expenses. So the reason why you worry about a good credit is because for those large purchases, when it comes time for you to buy a house, apply for a brand new $50,000 car. I'm not saying that because I'm saying to go do that. I'm just saying because people are doing it. Um, you need a good credit score to get a good low interest rate. So over the life of whatever you purchase that had a large ticket amount, you're gonna pay very little interest. Therefore, it's gonna cost you very little money. That's why you need good credit. It's so that when you get to the point in your life when you need it for a big purchase, it's not gonna cost you a lot of money. People have been using credit for all of the above, but also for everything else. Racking up revolving debt, racking up all kinds of other different line of credit debt, uh, different type of other small thing. Like you end up seeing people financing toasters, burgers, um, beds, fun, like things like if something. This is just my estimation. If something can cost you less than $1,000, less than 1,500, depending on where you are financially, you should be paying cash for those little things. The reason why I'm saying that is it's very easy to rack up debt financing small things, and then very soon you're going to be overwhelmed by the amount of bills, the amount of credit cards showing up. And here's the deal: it's a cycle that's dangerous because once you get into it, it becomes problematic for you to pay. And therefore, guess what? If you get into financial troubles and you start missing payments, you start getting things sent to your credit score that we talked about, and it start all the things that I talked about, start hurting your credit score. You ignore this debt 5 years ago, and then they send you to court, and you get a judgment, right? You feel like you're struggling, you're overwhelmed, and you decide you want to file bankruptcy. Your credit score start getting what I'm going to call like a, I don't want to do an analogy that can be controversial, but it's almost like a Pearl Harbor, with due respect, of bad item hitting your credit. And until you know it, guess what? Your credit is below 5, below 4, and now you cannot afford to apply for those big items, or if you get approved, you're going to have the highest interest rates now to purchase the big items that of your life that are now so important for your life, for you to go to work, a new car, to purchase your new home. And now that's why you were not supposed to use your credit cards to overwhelm your life with small items, to over apply, over, apply for credit, over apply for lines of credit, over apply for things that put you in trouble financially. So that when time comes for you to buy big items in your life that you need, I'm not talking about boats. I don't think people buy boats because they want to. They don't need boat. They just want to buy a boat or private jet. Maybe some people need private jets for business or whatever travel, depending on levels. But at that time, now that's when you need good credit and you don't have it, and it ends up costing you twice the amount of money that you're going to spend on those large items. That's why you need good credit. You don't need good credit. You need good credit so that you build that to wait for the time where you're going to need for large purchases. And it's not to finance burgers. Everybody's done that. I'm not here to judge or anything like that. I'm just saying, ultimately, that's why you need good credit. And then you have to figure out a way to somehow, for anything that's less expensive, smaller things, if you can find a way to, if you purchase on a credit and pay it off, that's great. But those small items shouldn't be coming back at you on a monthly basis for you to pay on month to month. Therefore, you build good credit, you get a good credit score, and then you apply for a mortgage, you get 1% or 2%. You get apply for a car, you get a low interest rate on the finance of that car. And that's the myth I wanted to talk about, because I needed to talk about that. And so people know, because a lot of people are just confused. They just think, yeah, just use credit. Everybody's doing it, and then they get in trouble. And all that ultimately reduces your net worth that I talked about, I believe already, right? And then you get in, and then you get into this cycle of financial turmoil. And so, and I want to talk about how do you get out of debt, and talk about debt and how you get out of it. And I want to talk about debt in the next video. So we're going to talk about debt in detail, and where do you start to get out, and how do you do that, and how you organize that. All right. I hope this brought some values, which is obviously the objective I've always had. And you have a good day. Bye.